Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to look at two golden luminizers, two pretty gilded highlighters, let's put it. These were both released right around the same time, and I thought they kind of would play well one against the other. We have the brand new limited edition by Terry Brightening CC Luminizer in this beautiful kind of golden, or they call it sheer beige, it's gold shade. And we have the new Guerlain Terracotta Luminizer, which actually comes in two shades, but I have picked up the warm gold. So we are going to swatch those and look at them in two different lightings, and I do not have any highlighter on at all. So we're gonna use the two sides of the face and the two highlighters and see whether we like one better than the other. The only thing that's slightly uneven here is that one is a liquid and one is a powder. I still thought they kind of belonged together in the same video. Let's talk first about this limited edition by Terry product, the Brightening CC Luminizer. This comes in what the brand is calling a sheer beige, and it actually kind of is. It's on the warmer side, so I'm calling it golden, but it is almost a kind of a fair to medium, light to medium skin tone beige shade. It is $39 and limited edition. This is exactly like the blush that by Terry came out with. I pointed because, you know, you're supposed to somehow read my body language and know that mine's over there. The blush that by Terry came out with a while back, which was the same thing. You click the end and it comes out into a brush right here, and you can use that brush for application. I love the blush that I have from by Terry in the same packaging, but I admit that I do like to use my own brush with it, you know, but for travel and whatnot, it's very handy to have. I felt that the blush version of this moved the product underneath just a little bit, but right now I'm wearing one of our newer serum foundations, and this stuff doesn't move. So we are in luck. By Terry makes beautiful, beautiful products, I will say. It's got that, I think, beautiful, some people don't like it, rose fragrance that is almost really signature by Terry. I think it's quite a lovely fragrance, and of course it dissipates, but I did want to let you know that it is there. We're going to look at this swatched in just a moment, but we have another beauty weighing in here, as I mentioned. This is their Guerlain Terracotta Luminizer. This comes in two shades. I picked up the warm gold, but it also comes, for those of you in our Cool Tone Revolution Army, a little kind of tongue-in-cheek group that we have here on this channel. Doesn't cost any money. You can join it simply by saying you are a member in comments, and that is my crew that is waiting for all the cool tones to take over and sick of all the warm tones. So Cool Tone Revolution Army, please know this does come in a cooler ivory shade, but I went ahead and picked up the warm gold, just like we saw on the kind of end of the brand new Guerlain Terracotta foundation. This has that beautiful kind of like almost holographic, there we go, it's picking it up a little bit into the container. You're seeing the ring light there too, but it is absolutely beautiful. Let me just show you it first in the pan, and this, just like the by Terry, has a little bit of a scent. Again, tough when you're dealing with these French brands that are also perfume houses. By Terry, also French, not a perfume house, but I just lumped them in there for fun. But yes, you know, these French houses do like to add their scent. And of course, how can you stop Guerlain from adding a scent? That's like taking away a horse's right to trot. So it's a beautiful scent, but it is there. There is that golden look. And like I said, we have the golden case here. So let's do our swatches here live, because I want you to see these go on. Okay, so with the by Terry, the first thing I have to say is be prepared to clickety click, 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 because there's a lot of clicking. I clicked to make this product initially come up for about 3 minutes, but once it's up, it's up. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm going to put on the by Terry. There we go. And you can barely see that. Don't worry. We're going to take it into natural lighting in a moment. But there you go. And it is kind of a beigey shade. Look at that. I am a light, medium, neutral, and this definitely, trying to make it not leak there, this definitely works with my skin tone. I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, what about people of other skin tones, Rebecca? I think this will work from fair to medium, to be honest with you. By Terry, a very, very, very small brand, of course. So they kind of release individualized products. But yeah, this one is going to work best from light to medium, I admit. But let's take a look at their Guerlain. I'm going to, oh, it's so pretty. Such a gentle little powder. I've got a little nick out of mine in the corner, and I don't know if that's the fault of the shipping or the fault of the Rebecca-ing. We will never know. And there it is. That is a much, much less gentle shade because this one makes no bones about being golden, whereas it is true that the By Terry bills itself as kind of a beigey golden shade. And again, the Guerlain comes in 2 shades. But if you're having trouble seeing this, let's step outside right now into the warm California sunshine. Again, we have the By Terry on the left side, obviously, because it is the liquid, and the Guerlain on the right. See what you think of those 2 shades. Well, let's try them on. I have 2 brushes here. Like I told you, the By Terry does come with a kind of built-in brush, but I think we'll use mine. I brought over 2 kind of gentle Wayne Goss brushes. And that's what we will use so that we're not contaminating. I do admit, in a way, this test is a bit strange because we have a liquid and a powder, but they're both new. They're both probably pretty limited edition, I think the Guerlain too, and they're both kind of golden. It worked in my head anyway. All right, let's do the Guerlain over here. So I'm going to swirl around right there. And let's put it on. Do you know where this would be pretty? You guys know what I'm thinking, right? This would be super pretty on the eyes. I don't generally like a bright, bright golden highlight. And for those of you in the Cool Tone Revolution Army who are wondering why I didn't choose the cooler tone, with Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury, I have so many of those kind of white, snowy highlights. I decided I would go for gold. I am overdoing it here so that you guys can see it. I usually don't like a highlighter that looks like a big stripe of gold, and I do think that Guerlain got this right in the fact that this is a very subtle golden highlight, actually, and I think very pretty. I'll put a little bit up here, and maybe we'll put this one on the nose just a little bit right here. Nothing on this side. Okay, let's try on the By Terry. I'm curious to see how this looks. It should be a very natural highlight. I still have some on the brush here, so I will do what we usually do with say a Charlotte Tilbury or Tarte wand, highlighter wand. Ooh, that's very, not only is that cooling, it's almost cold. Okay, and I am using this a little bit, using the brush a little bit, but I think I want to use my Wayne Goss as well. Okay. This is a product, just like the blush, actually, I'm seeing, that you really kind of want to dot and then kind of tap in rather than spread. If you spread, it does want to kind of pick up, maybe not the foundation, but maybe a little bit of the blush and whatnot. But if you just tap, there's no issues with that. That is a very interesting highlight. I kind of like it. When you think of this Guerlain, which is definitely a highlight, I hope the camera's picking that up. This is much, much more subtle. It almost feels like you could use this all the way over, almost as a blush topper. Let me put a little bit up here. A little goes a long way. It is actually really cold on the tip here. A little goes a long way. I'm kind of enjoying that. Let me put that down the nose a little bit more. That is an interesting highlight. It almost, you know, if you know anything about By Terry, and I really do love the brand, they're very famous for their kind of moisturizing primers and kind of CC creams and skin and tints that have this lovely kind of pearlized sense to them. And so this feels very on brand for By Terry, this very kind of rose scented French, very beautiful, subtle glow. And I see that here too. So this is going to be less of a blingy highlighter and more of a just kind of natural, dewy, almost skincare look. And if we think of that, you know, with Guerlain too, and those of you who are in France can speak to this, very skincare centered beauty, very beautiful skin, and anything that you're going to put on is going to accentuate the beauty of your well taken care of skin. Not so much into covering up, right? Here in America, we cake on the makeup to cover things up. In France, they work on the skin and then just use the makeup to accentuate that beauty. But nothing wrong with either. I'm just telling you it's kind of a different way of seeing beauty. So I'm actually layering this a little more in my American cover things up way. And that I'm getting even more of a luminosity out of it, but you see how natural it is, even built up to this extent. And then the Guerlain, also a French company, but we have a lot more of a traditionally blingy highlighter. I like them both. I could see where if you had a deeper skin tone, this would be a little frustrating, but I think you could do better than with the Guerlain. But if you have skincare anywhere fair to medium, I think this would work well for you also on the eyes, especially even for those with a deeper skin tone. But of course you can let me know your thoughts. For me, these are both very pretty, especially with summer just around the corner. I'm kind of excited. I think I like this one even a bit more because it's just a little bit, to my way of thinking, a little bit unique and fun. But you guys tell me what you think. It's what makes us a community, and you're welcome to disagree with me. I welcome the dialogue. So go ahead and comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel so we can continue to grow. Come on over to Instagram and TikTok and say a big hello and give me a follow. And if you want, you can get more involved in this community by becoming a member or by giving super thanks, if so many of you have done. But in any way that you are involved, please know that I'm just thrilled to have you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.